Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamersledge. Oh, that's interesting. That's not going to work, is it? Huzzah!
It works.
It could be
on
better.
infinity.
It could be better. There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm not an infinite mass of looking upon myself in introspection forever. My name's Mark. I'm one of your hosts. Joining me today is, of course, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
And then also joining us is Matt. Hi, Matt.
Howdy do.
And joint effort, welcome to the stream. Good to see you this evening. And, of course, Mitchell is joining us as well. I don't have a fancy nameplate for you, Mitchell. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, wait, Daniel was supposed to be here tonight, too. Did he?
He is, was not... he ran into complications. He was not able to come. It sucks, but yes.
Okay, I just realized that. So I was like, oh, man, do we need to round him up? But okay.
Yep. And so before we get into our normal shtick here, I should point out that it's been like life came up.
4,638 years?
Yes. I would walk them to get to you or something like that. It's been over just under a month since the last podcast, so we've got a ton of stuff to talk about. But before we get to any of that, I just want to say that I have a love-hate relationship with Uber Eats. I love the convenience that these apps bring, but I also want to say if you're going to have a restaurant on the app, then they should be able to fulfill a delivery. That's all I got to say. 2 hours, and then they canceled my order. And then I had to reorder, and it's another 2 hour wait. I just want to blow my brains out. So I might get food during the middle of the podcast. I try not to do that, but we'll see. It may come after the podcast. Who knows?
It may not come till tomorrow.
It may not. They may cancel it again. You know, I get it. I live on Vegas, and when you order from the Strip, I don't want to go to the Strip because there's too many people, and it's nuts. And I get it, but if you're not going to fulfill it, don't have it on the friggin' app. That's all I got to say. But let's talk about
it quickly.
Yeah, or cancel it quickly. Either one. But let's talk about more pleasant things. Let's talk about what we've been up to in the last 372,436 days since we had the podcast. And let's start with Mitchell because he's been gone the longest.
Oh, goody. Well, let's see here. What have I been up to? Lots of Final Fantasy 14. I've actually recently picked up Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore, which is the full title. Also Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which has actually been surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, but it's pretty good. And then just little things here and there. I haven't had a lot of time to dig into bigger games. But I am most of the way through Tales of Arise, which I'm enjoying. Or at least what I think is most of the way through Tales of Arise. I think that's the majority of it, other than a couple shows here and there, but
Pint Size, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Let's go then to Dave. What have you been doing?
Let's see. So, Animal Crossing dropped their big 2.0 update a couple days earlier than expected.
Caddy, now welcome to the stream. And I believe it was like 2,000 items they updated.
Technically, it's about 9,000 items, but I think a lot of that's palette swaps, like, different variations of.
Said.
But there's a lot of new stuff in there.
Watching shows on Warhammer Plus TV. I just finished watching the 6-episode Angels of Death series.
No,
it was amazing.
You can't hear when the commenters are saying something. It actually speaks. So that's why I was stopping you, because Drogodan was saying that he'd been watching shows on Warhammer Plus TV, just started Angel of Death series, etc. And yeah. So I was trying to make it so that the two of you weren't talking over each other. I know you can't hear it. So yeah, that's why I did that.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Now I know what that means.
Yes.
When I thought you were like doing fact checks on me live or something like that.
No. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. So
You
good on
should.
you. Good on you for that. But no, that's not
Yeah.
what I was doing.
Hold on a second. Okay.
Is it Tullymore Dew this
So-
evening?
No, it's Writer's Tears.
Nice. I do like the name very much.
Yes. It is an Irish whiskey called Writer's Tears, and just seemed like a no-brainer to have to buy that. So the Animal Crossing update dropped. I'm very excited. I have completed the process, and tomorrow I will be able to have a cup of coffee in the game finally. I'm very excited about that because Brewster's back.
Is his
In
first
addition-
name Punky?
No, it's just Brewster. He's an owl that makes coffee.
Wait, so you have a non-squid on your island? Weren't they all squids? I thought that was a requirement.
Well, no, he runs the coffee shop.
Oh.
And there's only, now 4 squids in the game, which I've already got in contact with the newest one. So within a matter of days, I should have that one living on my island as well. So I will have all 4 octopi. And I'm very excited about that too.
Squid?
No, he's right. It's
No squid?
It's octopus.
They're octopus.
Well, no, but I'm saying there aren't any
Octopi.
squids.
There aren't any squids. It's just octopi. You can catch
It's
squids.
racist.
You can catch squids.
So the squids are your slaves and food. I see.
I gave
Correct.
a squid to one of the octopus as a pet, as a joke,
Wow.
to see if that would float.
Also, are there any octopi that look like squids though?
No, they look pretty octopi-ish.
Welcome to
'Cause I know with
Gamersledge,
the-
hitting the hard journalistic questions about Animal Crossing.
So know with the cranes, they skinned a couple of them to look like different birds, like the flamingo one.
Wait, you can skin cranes in the game?
No,
There's actually just
God, dude.
just the design of the character.
I was
like a
almost
flamingo.
interested in Animal Crossing for a second.
You take it too far. You take it too far. So, where was it? Yeah, and the captain's back, so you can take little boat trips, and he sings to you these great songs about his adventures on the sea and life. So that's awesome.
And by sing, you mean just text box, right?
No, he sings.
It actually has melody to
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have. He doesn't actually say words. He does typical Animal Crossing beep boops, but
If you play the game long enough, you can actually start understanding it, which is really starting to bother me. But it's a real language. So there's that. It's great fun. They added cooking into the game. So
What else did you play, Dave?
dude, we're not even scratching the surface of Animal Crossing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we scratched it.
tip of
I
the
am-
iceberg, my friend.
Yes, I am slowly playing through Metroid Dread. I'm highly enjoying that game, and I'm enjoying the pace that I'm slowly progressing through that game because I need to make this last another 19 years, apparently. So,
I'll give you that one. That's true.
thank you. Everybody's like, how come you haven't beat that yet? I'm like, because I'm not ready to wait another 19 years to play another Metroid 2D game. And it's looking like, I'm going to have to because they're just not, a priority in that company for some reason. And but it's awesome. It's really good. Even the parts that I thought would be frustrating because I heard a lot of people were like, oh, the MEs are really annoying and stuff like that. Something? No, I'm actually enjoying it. Not in a way that I'll actually get into playing a Souls game like you want me to, but I enjoy this. I mean, maybe it's just a setting. Maybe if they
there's
did, like,
one there is one that is definitely annoying, and then you haven't gotten to that one yet. But
There's two that can be
one.
annoying, but one.
There's two that can be,
especially.
but there's one that is very annoying.
There was one that the last one I was on. How do you know where I'm at? You don't even know where I'm at.
Well, I knew where you were the last time you told me, and I'm pretty sure it's a bit of a trek to where this one is. So I'm based on your description, I'm fairly certain you are not there yet.
Maybe we'll have to talk offline. I don't want to spoil anything, but I did get the one that was really fast.
Yeah, okay. You're not there yet.
Nope.
Yeah,
You haven't met the two annoying ones yet. Then
yeah. I mean, they only get harder, so I'm assuming it's only going to get more fun. However, still enjoying it. You know, I'm kind of at the point. Do you have to go potty or something? You're bouncing. Okay, sorry. It was bouncing. He was doing a pee-pee dance.
I was nodding vigorously.
Okay.
I'm in an office chair. I'm rocking.
Yeah. So sorry, I got a 6-year-old. When he does that, I'm like, dude, go.
It doesn't matter where he is. He's like, dude, go.
Yeah, and it's just there's a tree. So there's that. I've been enjoying that a lot. I was playing Streets of Rage 2 again, yet another way to play Streets of Rage 2, because that's kind of like my thing. I need to have Streets of Rage 2 on everything. But not only was I playing Streets of Rage 2 on the Switch, which, if we want to be really technical, is the second time I'm playing it on the Switch, because I already had it on the Sega Genesis collection. However, this time I was playing it with a special Switch Genesis wireless controller.
You know, there are times that I want to make fun of you about this stuff. However, you are probably one of 7 people in the United States who actually does this. And so you can actually recommend whether or not it's worth the money. Ergo, vis-a-vis concordantly, I cannot make fun of you.
You need me, and that's sad.
It's very sad, but there we are.
Now, so you want to say, is it worth it? So the Nintendo Online expansion that gives you N64 and Genesis games. Is it worth it? I don't know. It's kind of iffy. The N64 games, I haven't played enough of them to really give you the good sense of it. People are saying that there's a little bit of lag and input thing, an input lag on them. Now, I haven't tried them yet. I do have the N64 Switch wireless controller. I haven't tried it with that yet. So I'm thinking that might make it a little bit better, because it might emulate because the sticks on the N64 controller would probably be a little bit more lag. I mean, I don't remember the system being like super tight control. I remember
it was pretty super tight, actually,
for its time.
Yeah, for its time.
And I think, so I'm trying to, I'll gauge it so next time I'll be able to have that controller broken out and playing it, because I was too busy playing Streets of Rage 2 yet again. Now, the Genesis stuff is very good, and I do recommend getting the Genesis controller, mainly because it just feels really dirty playing Genesis games with a Genesis controller on a Nintendo system.
And how much does the Genesis controller cost?
I don't care.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was too much.
Are we talking like $70?
No, my guess is I think it was like $50.
So it's right in line with the Pro controller.
Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be $20 less than that. However, very nice. It is exactly a Genesis controller. The weight is awesome. There's no things protruding from it or anything like that. It has like all the controls you need on it, to play it on the Switch. It is actually pretty nice. Don't do that.
$49.99 currently out of stock.
Yes. Now the funny part about it is you really can't use it for anything else. I tried using it on Nintendo games, just the regular NES online stuff, and you can't actually, because it's actually missing the shoulder buttons. And on the NES games, even though there was less buttons on that controller, they mapped the shoulder buttons to certain functions for like the rewind and stuff like that. So that's not available on the, for playing the NES ones. So Nintendo's being very Nintendo about that stuff.
I just want to know how mad you're going to be when they announce the Switch successor, because you're going to have all these peripherals that you're not going to be able to use on it.
I'm on my third Switch, dude.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is, when they announce whatever the next Nintendo thing is, you're going to have
the Switch U.
You're going to have a Genesis controller that will only work on the Switch, even though there's the next thing.
Let's be honest. Am I going to be using this thing daily anyway? Maybe not. I got it for novelty. So we'll see how it goes. Check back in a few weeks to see if I've even picked it up. It feels neat playing Streets of Rage on it. I set up the little screen. I was playing it like a little. It's just, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Does it support 2 at a time, so you can do like Streets of Rage 2-player?
Yeah.
With the Genesis controller.
Yeah, you can get multiple controllers like that. Yeah. Which I did not do. I only bought one because apparently that was the line I drew in the sand.
Hey, we gotta have
It has to be somewhere, and if it's there,
it made me feel better about the purchase. That's all I know.
So I assume the other controller was just as much.
Yes,
yeah,
I believe it was the same price.
Yeah, they're the same price.
Yeah, so we'll see how that we'll see how that one is. I'll probably be able to try that sometime like next week. What else is there? Tetris Effect. I was playing a lot of that this week. That released on the Switch a little while ago, and it's just a great home for it. So I was really enjoying that.
I think that game has overtaken Lumens, the original Lumens, for me in my favorite like music puzzle game.
I have to say yeah for that, because I mean, Mizuguchi wanted to make Tetris when he made Lumines anyway. So this was his realized dream, and it shows.
I mean, I don't even think it's necessarily the gameplay. I think it's the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is better than the. I love the original Lumines soundtrack, but I think this one's much better.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, it's ridiculously good. I listen to it. They released it, on the streaming services, so you can listen to it, and it's just on its own, even without playing the game, it's awesome. So it's definitely worth. It was worth rebuying it, and it is perfectly at home on the Switch. And let me tell you, it looks amazing on the OLED screen. So good. So that's fun. Other than that, watch Dune. That came out on HBO Max. That was awesome. I replaced my my macro lens. I got the native Z mount lens for this camera, and look, it's got a little OLED screen.
And your Facebook feed is nothing but macro pictures now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more. It's so much. It's lighter than the original one I had. So when I hooked it up to the adapter and everything, and use it on my new camera, my new camera is so light, the mirrorless one I have, and hooking that lens up to it was really front heavy and stuff, and which is fine, but it's just when you're carrying it out, when you're walking out and about with it, you feel it. This one's it's a roughly the same size lens, but you don't feel the weight as much, and it's they really did a lot with making it feel lighter and stuff, and it's just amazing. Technology rules. And yeah, that's about mainly it.
Matt, how about you?
Work's been hell.
I hear that.
Main things. I did finish Metroid Dread. I would say it's definitely worth your money if you're into that style of game. As Dave pointed out, you might have to wait another 20 years for a proper sequel. This is the same dev that did the Samus Returns remake a handful of years ago. So it's actually their second Metroid 2D game in 5 years. So we might get another one, even if it's a remake of Super Metroid or something in 3 years, 3 to 5 years. So we'll see. They've actually they've set up some interesting lore in this game. There was way more lore in this game than I was expecting. I don't know why, because 4 was actually pretty lore heavy too.
Yeah.
Fusion. So, but they really did do some stuff with the lore in this one that makes it feel like, as long as this one did well, they're going to do more. It feels like more. It feels like there should be more coming sooner rather than later. So I'm hopeful. Probably run at about a 9. Couple of little minor complaints. But nothing. I mean, they're super nitpicky type things. Are you trying to get attention, Mitchell? No? Okay.
Adjust my lens because I was getting a weird color shift from the lighting. So
got it. So I did finish that. I did not 100% it. I contemplated going back to do all the stuff to 100% it and realized, nope, didn't need to do that. So
I'm so disappointed in you.
I know. I'm a little disappointed in myself too, but some of those dang Spark puzzles were just no. And maybe if they had a fast travel, so I didn't have to run, because the map is unwieldy. No, not the map isn't unwieldy. Navigation across all of the different regions is unwieldy.
It's busy.
It's yeah.
It's definitely busy, and the map isn't as. It's not as simplified. It's actually more detailed, which gives you the impression that it's like harder to follow. It was weird. It's weird getting used to that, because it's a very
it makes it look
map.
like it's a lot harder. It makes it look like it's harder to get somewhere than it really actually is.
Right. It gives you like false impressions, which is weird.
But as most people will tell you, if you zoom in, it's much easier to manage. But to kind of lay your path of, if you're trying to get to region 3 from region 2, you got to kind of zoom out to lay out your path. And so anyway, but that again, those are minor things. Overall, it didn't affect the gameplay at all. I clocked out at, what was it, Mitchell? About 16 hours, I think.
Something close to that, I think.
Couple of bosses gave me a bit of a headache, but like with all things, it's figure out the patterns and figure out the holes in the pattern and exploit them. So it's what you do in these games. I started playing Slay the Spire. It's on PlayStation Now. So that's enjoyable. I know Mark talked that up a good long while ago when it first dropped. And one of my kids I know started playing it, and he was only home for the weekend and he really ran through it. Oh, Keegan, you've watched the show before. You may have seen Keegan. He was really doing well with it. I've only beat the Spire the first round once or twice now. Yeah, I've only played the first character. Looks like there's 4 total characters or character archetypes you can unlock. I've only played the first one, just trying to kind of get good with that one before moving on to another one. But it's a nice little, and you can save at any point and come back to it, which is nice for a roguelike type thing. Kind of got to have that in modern days. Otherwise it's kind of pointless. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good gap filler when, you don't really have time for something else. You want to do anything else, you can throw it in, get a couple of rounds in and go with it. Also still working on Kena, Bridge of Spirits. I have no idea how far I am into this game. None whatsoever. I couldn't tell you. I've no idea. I'm guessing I'm in basically area 2 of 4 if I had to guess, but that's a total made up thing because it doesn't really give you a good idea. I've done a little Fortnite and Divinity Original Sins 2 during the gap. And then I also have done 2-player Kingdom Hearts Memory of Melody with Mitchell there. Which is an interesting, the way they implemented the multiplayer there is interesting. It's kind of co-opetition, but it's more co-op than attition.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting how they set it up. And I think I liked it, but I had to force him to be player 1 because player 1 was Sora and player 2 was Riku, and I wanted to be Riku, so he had to be player 1.
True story. The only thing I think that's really kind of a downer on it is it's super limited on the number of tracks you can do 2-player on.
Yeah.
They're like what,
really?
maybe a quarter of the tracks.
That's really strange.
Not even, because the co-op. See, the way they did it is that the co-op maps are so different from maps that they have to create. It's pretty much remaking the entire level specifically for co-op. So I'm guessing either they ran out of budget or resources or whatever to do as much base game.
Is he shifting through the color palette for you guys like he is for me?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, I just thought maybe he grabbed the star. I wasn't sure.
He's doing the whole. He's a lantern of every color. All right, so on the TV front, not a ton. I'm pretty sure I've watched more than this, but all I could think of and write down was Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Got all the way through the season 1 of that. Solid show. I didn't like it as much as Clone Wars, but it's not bad, right? So it's still good stuff. It's just not quite to the level I was expecting. Started Squid Games, and I guess I'll be rewatching those first 2 episodes again.
I'll talk about that on my turn.
I'm still working on Breaking Bad while I work out. So still trying to get through the rest of that. This current season isn't really doing it for me, but I think I'm in season 3. But it's still good. It's just not as good as season 1 and 2. And then I've seen Dune and Eternals. I'm pretty sure those both been since we got our last show. I loved Dune, thought it was really well done, very, very well presented. Not exactly the book, but wasn't expecting that. And then Eternals, I assume we'll talk about later, so I won't give too many thoughts on that one right now.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Like
thumbs down it is.
33% up, 45% up.
Really?
It's
low?
more up than down. We'll put it that way.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, I'd clock it at about a 7.75 out of 10.
Yeah. If I was feeling gracious, I could maybe get up to a 7. But
you're probably the harshest out of the group. I've heard from Daniel and Turo on this, and Daniel probably gave it like a 7 also. And Turo gave it like I think he said an 8.
Yeah, I mean the 2 exchange students were like 9 pluses for it. So I mean, and that again, I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong. It's a personal thing, right?
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to watch it again because my wife didn't go with. So once it comes out on either streaming or disc, we'll watch it again, and I may have a completely different reaction, but. We'll talk more on that later. And then I finished the last of the novellas for The Expanse, so I am ready for the final book when it drops end of this month. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, so I played a game called Lose a Week's Worth of Files Audio. So we lost our D&D episode. We lost couple episodes in the can of Squid Game reactions. I think what I'm going to do for that is I have your reactions and Lexi's reaction, but Lexi's going to talk a lot more now because she really didn't like the show, but she was afraid to say anything negative. I'm like, no, I want you to say what you feel. So I think what I'm going to do.
I thought she just wasn't talking because I was there.
No. She was not happy with the content of the show. Is the short answer.
Fair enough.
And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to record them again, and I'll use the original reactions because I'm the only one that you can't hear. So I'll use your original reactions and stuff, but then if there's more to be added, I'll splice those in because I think there will be. So yeah, it's just the first 2 episodes. We'll re-record those. I played Lost Judgment. I'm really enjoying that game. It's like Shenmue for current gen systems. There's like so many different things to do, and it's going to be Skyrim all over again, where I never progress the actual story and just do all of the side quests because there's so much you can do. It's crazy. Star Trek Online, I've been playing a lot of that. I can't even give like a score on Lost Judgment yet because I'm still only in like the first like 10 hours of the game, but I've done none of the main story. So it's like I can't really tell you how the game is, other than me just goofing off and not
Playing
doing
pachinko machines
yes,
for hours.
yes. I mean, they have full Sega arcades in there, right? And you can go play the games. So you've got like Virtua Fighter 5, and you've got like, so I'm not doing anything in this game that I'm supposed to be doing. So there's that.
Wait, what was this game again? This sounds like it's right up my alley.
Oh yeah, it's called Lost Judgment. It's actually a spin-off of the Yakuza games. It's about a lawyer detective.
It's actually a sequel, right? Because there's a game called Judgment.
Yes.
The first, and this is the sequel to it.
So
wait, what is this on?
It's on PS5 and PS4.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It requires a TV, so sorry, you won't be able to play it.
It requires what?
A TV. And he's not going to put a TV in front of his toilet, so he only games on TV.
I see. I see what you're saying.
I have a PS5.
Yeah, but is it hooked up to a TV?
Yes, it's my Ratchet and Clank machine.
Okay, there you go. So it's ridiculous. It's a lawyer detective who skateboards. So
sure,
yes, there is a skateboarding minigame in there. So if you want your Tony Hawk fix, you can kind of do that too. It's pretty crazy. And your best friend / partner / assistant is ex-Yakuza. So he's like legit dumb as a box of rocks, but loyal to the end. And that's been an interesting dichotomy, because a lot of times you'll have missions where you're supposed to go do stuff together, and the lawyer detective is like, play it cool, man, and of course he busts through the window. It's like, come on. But at the same time, it's like, why was I expecting something else? And it is also Streets of Rage. So there is an actual fighting game mechanic, and you learn moves and stuff, and you have skill trees and unlock them, and it's totally Streets of Rage. It's as a 3D fighter, but still, it's the same thing. I'm telling you, man, this is like a phenomenally, I'm never going to finish this game or get it done, but I want to play the hell out of it game. So
why didn't you tell me about this game sooner?
Because we haven't podcasted for a month.
Yeah, but you have like access to
I know, but
ways to message me.
He actually, the last podcast you were on, he did talk about this. You were just not paying attention.
There is that. I had just gotten it at that point and only spent like an hour with it, but yeah.
Okay.
So yes, he had only listed off about half of those things that you could do in the game. The other half he had not yet listed off. So.
Yes. So I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online because they had an event that's done now. I don't know. I haven't gone back since the event ended. I'll probably wait for the next event. It's like, this is the way it goes. It ebbs and flows. I play it for a long time, get really obsessed with it, and then I finish whatever the task was, and then I'll leave it for 3 to 4 months and then go back to it again. So, Divinity Original Sin 2, Fortnite, Back 4 Blood. Been playing a little bit more of that. That's still fun. It's so Left 4 Dead. It is just literally Left 4 Dead for current gen consoles. So if you like that, you like Back 4 Blood. I also been doing Dungeon Alchemist a little bit, which is not a game per se, but I have to open Steam to run it. So game? I think it's a game. Anyways, it's a AI powered map builder for your tabletop role playing games. And the cool thing about it is that you can actually like hold the mouse button down for perspective and turn it 3D, so you can do flying walkthroughs and stuff of areas. And the maps it generates are beautiful, and you can turn the AI off or move stuff around or place different things. So I've been dinking around with that quite a bit. It's still in beta. You can't actually get it if you weren't part of the Kickstarter right now. And it still has a couple issues, but man, it is a phenomenal piece of software, and the maps it makes look so good that I used that map to make the Troll Skull Manor map that you guys are in for that. So I think it looks really good. I'm actually now a little depressed because I think the map looks so good that when I go look at our future maps, I'm like, I have to redo all of these in Dungeon Alchemy, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. So we'll see. I don't know. I made a couple for the next couple weeks.
Nice.
I have listened to the new Halsey album, which is If I Can't Have Love, I'll Take Power. And if you like any time period of Nine Inch Nails, then just go ahead and buy this album, because it is every period you like of Nine Inch Nails. And I think she would be a great front person for the lead singer if Reznor ever decides to stop performing. I also actually like that there's a couple songs on the album that like sound nothing like Halsey. Like she was pushing herself pretty dramatically, and it worked. Like it worked really well. So there's not I think I had Lexi listening to it yesterday. She listened to the whole album. She's like, "How do I buy this album?" So I'll get you hooked up with that. She really likes it, and I really like it. There's not a bad single on the entire album, which is crazy. That doesn't happen very often. But it's a really maybe you can tell me, Dave. There's the one song that I don't think Reznor had anything to do with. The one that she did on Saturday Night Live. It's just the acoustic guitar one. You know,
they produced everything.
Oh, they did produce all the songs. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
The album. Yeah. So, there was definitely input, but I mean, the way he works, like he let her have a lot of, not let her, but I mean, she was directing where she wanted to go. She just wanted to collaborate, and it's an awesome. I really like when he collaborates with people, because it's just like you can tell it's not just like Nine Inch Nails, like producing an album with it's just not just another Nine Inch Nails album. You can tell there's a lot of back and forth, with the work, but it also has a lot of the sounds you like, out of that stuff.
I mean, now, literally, it's like if you like Pretty Hate Machine, well, then here's a song for you. If you like, some of his later stuff, like from Ghosts, here's some of that. If you like, it's like there's handpicked genres from within Nine Inch Nails from every period of time that they've existed on this album. And I don't think that's a coincidence. And it sounds great. I love it.
Did you go back and listen to How to Destroy Angels?
I know you asked me to do that. I have not done it yet. No.
Definitely check that out.
I will go check it out. I will check it out.
I think you will really enjoy that project.
I will definitely check that out.
There's been like a couple albums or like LPs. I don't know how whatever. But there's been a couple things out there. It's not too much, but there's enough to make you want more, for sure.
This is the last thing I'll say about this album, because one of the things that impressed me so much are the actual lyrics for every song. And I have a feeling that she wrote all of them.
Yeah, that's all her.
And it's so good. They are so good. The lyrics are not just like, a lot of times there's triples for meanings on a lot of the lines where you hear it one way and you think, oh, it means, here's the blunt way that it means. But then you go back and you listen to it again and it's like, oh, it could mean this. And then you go back and listen again. Oh no, I think it means this. It's pretty crazy. There are really good bars in all of the songs. I really liked it a lot. So that's not something we normally talk about on the show so much, but I've been playing it nonstop and singing it around the house nonstop. And yeah, been watching AEW. Wrestling is good. If you're not from WWE, hopefully all the people that got fired. I mean, listen, I try and tell people, watch what you love. And, it's great if you like something different than me. But from a business standpoint, man, these guys are being the scum of the earth right now. They had an earnings call at 2 p.m. yesterday that said that they have made something like $245 million for the quarter. The quarter. It is their largest profitable year in the history of the company. And then at 3 o'clock, they released 18 people due to budget cuts. It does not make any sense other than the fact that I think they're trying to gear up for a sale if somebody ever decides to buy it, but it's just the business practice. They have laid off 140 people over the last 12 months. It's crazy.
Did you hear the conspiracy theory?
That they're trying to bloat AEW's roster and make them go out of business?
They're trying to flood the market, doing like, and I guess I really want to say that, like, oh yeah, that's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's kind of they sort of, I mean, that's kind of what did WCW in. They just kind of went a little crazy. I mean, there's a couple of things that what they went, but a big part of it was just like they started getting roster bloat and everything like that. And
I don't
see them doing that. I mean, no. I think they're kind of full up right now, and I think they're gonna, like, hold steady for a while. But it was a really funny conspiracy theory one I heard on that.
Well, it's not conspiracy. Vince actually said he was going to try and do that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he actually said it.
Oh, wow.
He's like, maybe we'll release some more so that they can have, even more people on their roster that don't get used. I hate. Oh,
God,
he's so out of touch. Anyways,
he's very out of touch.
Yeah, I don't say a lot about that, but that's.
Although I will say one thing. So my wife wanted to watch something on Peacock. So we're like doing that juggle of services. We're like, okay, we'll shut these off and fire up this one and watch whatever show you want to watch on there. And I didn't realize that that's where all the WWF stuff is, or WWE stuff. Sorry. So I started looking back and, like, classic stuff. It goes back to the 70s and, like, Madison Square Garden stuff. I watched Stan Hansen versus Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, that's
cool. And it was like Stan Hansen with, like, long blonde hair, and it freaked me out because, like, I mean, I never saw Stan Hansen with that kind of hair. He was always just, like, chewing tobacco with, like, buzz cut, Stan Hansen. And but it was just, like, funny, watching that stuff. And they have, like, the original ECW, like, VHS tapes all on there and everything.
So I'm not. I promise, Matt, this is the last thing.
Sorry
about wrestling, but Ring of Honor recently released everyone.
Yeah,
and there are rumors that the tape library is going to be up for sale. If I actually think sooner rather than later, we're going to see an AEW streaming service. And if they buy that tape library, that's going to be a huge bolster for that.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
A lot of good matches. And yeah. So,
I mean, I just remember the local shows they used to put on. And it totally makes sense that they would want to get it, because that's where, like, the Bucks did a lot of their work and everything, stateside. So, like, oh, man.
Yep. So there's that. Let's see. I watched Squid Games. I watched The Voice. I watched British Bake Off. I finished a full anime, and I don't remember the name of it or what it is. And the reason that happened is because I, for some reason, got the wrong name that Keegan had told me in my head. And so I did a search for that, and I couldn't find that exact name. So I found something else, and then I watched it, and it was okay. So, yeah. And then I also watched the CSI reboot in Vegas, which does have some of the original people in it. But, it's actually, like, really good. I really liked it. It's only like 4 episodes in right now, but so far, so good. And I like the setup for it, and I like how they're bringing some of those characters back. I really actually like it. So there's that. Let's talk about Eternals. I don't know why Matt doesn't like it. I will say that I went in with Venom expectations and was greatly surpassed. So
he's suppressed.
Surpassed.
Sorry,
not suppressed. I thought it was fine to good, would be the way that I'd say that. It is probably the weakest of the Marvel movies in a good while. But that being said, I thought it had some interesting characters. I thought they did some interesting things that actually made me want to see some movies with other characters in the Marvel universe. And I can say this without any spoilers because you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But Matt, what they did with that one particular character really made me want to see what they do with the Sentry.
Yeah.
Because I thought one of the interesting things was the diversity of the cast and the diversity of the characters. And I thought that was interesting. And Kumail Nanjiani was like, in my opinion, the star of this show. And everyone seemed to like invigorate every time he was on screen, and it was funny. But there were good performances and there were okay performances. But I thought that for the most part it worked. Go ahead.
Here's my one question. Like a lot of people say, it's like mediocre and everything. Does it get a knock because they're introducing so many characters?
And I think that's probably what it is. There is a ton of exposition in the movie. A ton.
I mean, there's just like, I mean, how many? I off the top of my head, I can't even remember how many new. Like, so this is like introducing.
I think there's 8 main characters being introduced in the movie.
I'll say 9.
8 was the count I had in my head quick. I mean,
no, I'm saying 8 Eternals.
Oh, okay. I missed one then. Yeah, because I was counting him.
Oh, you were counting.
Yeah.
It's something like that. 8 or 9. Something.
Yeah, 8, 9.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
It's a lot because, like in the other Marvel movies, like all the characters got introduced before the Avengers came together.
Right.
And this is like, these are characters that even comic book nerds don't even know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to Lexi. Is like nobody's read the Eternals.
Right. And I'm sorry if any like nerd out there is saying like, just like, oh, the Eternals were my favorite series. No, they weren't.
No,
they weren't.
No,
nobody says that.
There's one person out there. There is one. There is one out there somewhere.
There's one, and he's lying.
Or, yeah. I mean, look, they had so the things I would say about it is the exposition makes the pacing uneven, and I will say that the cinematography, I mean, phenomenal. There were very few times that I looked at it and went, oh, that's CG. I mean, there was a lot of CG obviously in the movie, but it looked very, very, very good. And I would probably say that the pacing slowed it down, all the expedition slowed it down, but I still think it's like a good movie. It's not. I've seen people say that it's like horrible and it's going to be the death of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't think so.
And I'm not saying that. It's again that one of my main critiques is the exposition pieces. They could have been greatly abbreviated and not really lost anything and kept the flow of the movie going better. I think, because they did a couple of things that I thought worked really well with that stuff. And then they did some of the others that I didn't think worked so well. We did get so many characters introduced. There are like 3 or 4 that basically got sidelined. And then you got some like super abbreviated exposition on, and then just go with it basically. Right. But again, that's a side effect of too many characters. Right?
I would easily agree that there are 3 of the characters that we got so little development or growth on in there
was
that
no
it
impact
was
with them, right?
Yeah. I could see how people would feel that, especially one of the later storylines would be shoehorned or forced. Might feel forced to some people. I didn't feel that way, but I could see how people would feel that way.
And there's one plot line, and I'm going to be as vague about this as I can. When you have to have another character tell you that that's the plot line going on because you can't give enough clues in the exposition that that's going on, you done messed up, Charlie.
That's what I'm saying, is that I think people might feel shoehorned in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I've heard that complaint multiple times for the people that I've talked to. So I get it. I didn't necessarily feel that way, but because I thought they did enough to, get the
retrospect,
point across.
You can maybe say, okay, maybe kind of, but
yeah. I'm not defending it. I get what you're saying, and I understand why people may be frustrated with it. I will say there are 2 post credit scenes. The first one for me was Like as
if Dave doesn't see the movie, he at least has to watch the first post credits.
So you know what the problem is I
think I saw a spoiler, and I think I know what, because Mark's excited about it,
and no one else is. No one else I've talked to is, because no one else knows.
Which makes me think that it is the spoiler. The spoiler I saw is probably the one he's talking about, because I would be the same way. I'd be like, that's
yeah, dude.
And you caught the credits for that too, right?
Oh yeah, no, I knew who it was immediately.
Oh, I didn't recognize it. I mean, I recognized it, but I couldn't place it. And yeah, I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, no, I immediately, and then as soon as, yes, immediately. That's the vaguest way to say that.
Somebody very popular among the younger crowd, especially.
Oh no, that's something else.
Oh no, that's something else. That's
that's a different one.
So that's
not the one you're talking about.
Yeah, the nice part is like Daniel also was spoiled before going in, and I said, "Tell me what you know," and he only told me parts of it. So there may be other things that you're not aware of. So
okay, there's apparently, if that's, I thought that was
so
what you were talking about.
Every girl under the age of 25 did squeal in the theater when that part did happen. Though.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And
All
then
right,
giggled about it for the next hour and a half or so.
All right, now I'm really interested.
Yeah. So the second post credit scene,
that one got me excited.
It's like, I'd say the post credit scenes are actually worth the price of admission of the movie.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a hardcore deep cut comic nerd, that those are the people that are going to enjoy that the most. Like, Daniel came to me and said, "You have to explain this to me." And so of course it was lost on him. And same for Turo. He was like, "Okay, I think I know this, but can you explain it further?" So again, this is like, I'm the weird one, right? And I don't want to say too much, but you guys know that I get excited about weird ass, obscure, and C-list and D-list characters. And I'm not saying that that's the case here, but this is in that vein, and so I got very excited about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got excited. Well, I was excited about it, just the concept of if they were going to go with what they were going to go with.
Now, I will say
implementation. Those were that character's best scene. That was that actor's best scene in the whole movie, too.
I will say that the content of post-credit scene 1 has giant implications for the transition from comics to movie.
Yeah.
And so that is something you will want to pay attention to. They have done a good job with this movie of basically rewriting the Marvel Cinematic Universe's history. And it's interesting what they're doing. I still don't know where they're going, but the other thing, it's like where they're diverging on some things, they're also bringing some things into parody with the comic books now as well. And so it's really kind of, I have no idea where they're going with parts of this. And I think I have an idea, but I'm not sure. Dave, you should go on. I really want to do a spoiler cast for this. We'll probably just wait until you actually see it.
I mean, if you want to, because like it's going to be a while before I probably get to say it. So I mean, it's fine.
I don't want to do that to you. I can't do it to you. I'm like the least spoiler person.
Wow, you really want me to enjoy this? Huh?
I really want you to enjoy it.
And I'll say, it is the same runtime as Dune. It also, similar to Dune, does not feel like a 2.5 hour movie. So I don't want my critiques of it to come off as too harsh. It's definitely a bottom tier Marvel movie, but that's, to me, it's still entertaining, right? There's just enough.
Yeah, I figured the main issues going into it they're just trying to like shoehorn so much. at people, you know,
and it would be
like,
very
there's no
hard for
way.
casuals, right? It'd be very hard for casuals, right? I mean, there's one actor in there that looks fairly similar to another actor that's in the Marvel universe as a character, and
I said it in chat. I said it in chat. It is totally. It's the first thing that Lexi said to me, and I just laughed. I
didn't realize that dude looked so similar to the other actor, and I'm just like,
oh
wow.
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, wait a second, is that? No, it can't be. Okay, no, it isn't. Okay, it isn't. Yeah, nope.
Yeah, but I understand the confusion that people might have, and you know that's fine. Whatever. It's neither here nor there.
It does look similar. It's like there was a coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers that looked like the actor Omar Epps, and it was Matt knows. And like he would get like annoyed because like, and people would say like, you know, oh, like, you know, that's this or that, you know, it doesn't look like, no, he looked exactly like Omar Epps. Like it wasn't like, and apparently they get really mad when you say that to them, which just makes it even funnier. But it's just like, they just look similar. So, I mean, that it happens.
Mm-hmm. And now, Matt, I've got a really hard question for you. Okay.
Okay.
So you said that Eternals was lower tier, right? Which one do you think in your rating system is better, either Eternals or Guardians 2?
He called you Matt. I'm just gonna point that out real quick.
Yeah, I know he did. That's fine.
Well, we're in podcast format.
The podcast format. Yeah, that makes sense.
I prefer that personally. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
No,
I just didn't know if that was gonna be a beaten later.
You know, tarantulas in his bed or something, you know, but you know, I to give fair assessment, I would really need to sit down and watch Guardians 2 again, which I've said I'm going to do for decades now, and I still haven't.
You hate that flick.
But I would rate it above Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as sitting here right now.
Okay.
To be fair to it, I would have to watch Guardians 2 again to
you know, there's a lot of times that you and I's taste in things align. I just don't get it. I don't get this deep-seated hatred for Guardians of the Galaxy. You like comics and you like
two.
You know, for two. You like comics and you like fun things. I don't understand where the disconnect came in here. It's so weird, but I don't want to. I don't want to. No. I don't want to do. I don't want to do it. I get it.
The main critique I have is they did the exact thing I said they could not do, and they tried to force the music thing into.
Oh,
and I knew that they were going to do that, and I didn't want them to do it, and they did it. And so for the first half of that movie, I'm sitting here with forced soundtrack that doesn't make sense, that doesn't fit, that doesn't get the same flow that the first movie had, because that was totally done out of necessity and need, and they didn't get any of the songs they wanted, and they had to figure it out and make it work. And this one, they got whatever they wanted, and it sucked. And they force-fed it down our throats for the first half of the movie. And it just, by the time we got to the good part of the movie, I was so pissed at it that I couldn't enjoy it. So that's why I do need to watch it again.
That's fair. Just turn the sound off.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be a happier person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say 7.75 out of 10. Matt, what would be your final?
I'd say objectively it's probably like a 6.5, but I feel like I need to round it up to a 7, just not to like make it bad, because I mean 7 is like bottom of the barrel in today's lexicon, right? You know, 7 is barely watchable.
Are you going to IGN
it? Yeah. So I mean that's like it's like my own personal rating scale, where 5 is actually like, you know, kind of the bottom of the watchable thing. You know, it's, you know, 6.5 is a good notch and a half above that. But in modern lexicon, 7 is like that bottom of the barrel type thing. So.
Yeah. Grade on a curve. If it's a 5, it's a 5.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not a 5. But I would say it's somewhere in there. Might require a second watching before I can completely lock it in.
All right, we got half an hour left. We need to go through some of these trailers that came out.
What about Mitchell?
Oh, yeah. What about you actually watched it? I didn't know you watched it. I'm sorry.
I was there with him.
Okay.
I would probably put it about 7 7.8. And I think my biggest problem was I probably overhyped what I thought the characters were going to be in my head. Because because I had heard like they're like cosmic level, right? And then going in, and that's not what I'm trying not to spoil, but that's not.
So that's actually one of the things I really liked about it. I'm trying not to. It's like I knew that they were cosmic spectrum, but I like how they were narrow band.
Yeah, I like it too.
That to me was very interesting.
Overhyped the scale of action that I was going to see, and I was expecting bigger scale of action than I got. And
yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to be back here, but I think 7.8/8 without me having much comic background on this one is probably about where I fall.
So Lexi is the casualist of casuals, and she said it was a 9. She thought she doesn't know any of the characters, any of the story. She really enjoyed it from a kind of love stories perspective. And her favorite comment that I had was, "Who'd have thought Jon Snow and Robb Stark would be in the same movie dating Cersei?"
Nice.
Wow. And speaking of Cersei, I really appreciate Marvel for giving Gemma Chan another chance to come into stuff. You know, they kind of.
Oh my God, is that the same person? I totally didn't put that together.
She was Minerva in Captain Marvel.
Oh, I thought she was Mantis.
No. She wasn't Mantis. No, she was she was Minerva, who, spoilers for however old movie that is now, died in in Captain Marvel. So they went ahead and gave her a shot with another role with no makeup, and
yeah, I thought she was fine. I mean,
she did a really good job.
Yeah,
she did a really good job.
Yeah. Okay, so now we need to we got a little bit less than 30 minutes. There's so many trailers that came out. I want to go through some. Did we go through Wheel of Time on the last one? I don't think we've done this for a while.
But we didn't watch
because there was a new trailer that dropped. So that's why. Okay, let's see.
So let's do Morbius.
We need to do the Cowboy Bebop full one.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop full one.
I'll start there.
Can fit in Book of Fett.
Yeah, I'll start with the Cowboy Bebop one. There we go.
And we already talked about we did the Resident Evil one, so we don't need to do that one.
Okay, I just want to make sure that everybody actually sees that it pulled up for everyone.
Stand by one. Nope. Mm-mm.
Do I have to do that for every single? Okay, stand by. I'll throw it in Hangouts here in a second.
Roger.
Copy. The Netflix one is so much easier compared to this. That's all I'm going to say. Podcast. Oh, I see. It's over here. Let's see. I need Mitchell, paste, and then Working Hardly, paste. There we go. Bear and Otter and Neosapien joined. And do you have it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So since Dave's separate, I'll do a countdown from 001, 3, 2, 1, go.
For this one, you should have went 3, 2, 1. That's jam.
Hey, true. You're correct.
Whatever.
No, you're correct.
Whatever.
A bounty.
What do I know?
I had a partner, believe it or not.
I love the feel of this. Actually, it's very stylized, very noir.
Will I ever see you again? They tried to kill me, Anna.
It's definitely way better than that one they released right before this.
I actually like that one too.
I was worried after watching that one.
The costuming just kills me, but
In this solar system, if the cops and the bounty hunters don't get you, the syndicate will. There's no happy ending here.
Spoken like a man who's never been in love.
I was.
What happened?
I was dreaming.
God, they can't mess that up.
I don't think they will.
Fellas, you want a team up? I was thinking a 60.
I like her a lot more after this trailer.
Going my way, of course.
Do not shoot her.
Please?
No.
What the actual?
See, the thing is, to me, it's got that like Sin City-esque like quality to it, and that like drove me nuts in Sin City. It was one of those where I just couldn't deal with the style of that
really?
one.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, and it's like right to the line for me. It's not too much.
I mean, it looks like an amazing fan film.
Or bad, guys.
Depends on who you ask.
I feel better with this trailer than I did with the last one they did. The last one they did scared me because I thought they were going to go overly stylized for the entire thing, and there's like the panel pushing and stuff like that. That was just like really, I was like, no.
I mean, I
No,
really
no.
like that for that fight scene. I thought it was great. I wouldn't want to see them use it through the whole thing.
Right.
And I don't think they're
Watching
going
it with
to.
that. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously they're not. That was just a one-time thing for that. I kind of echo what Matt said. Like it feels like a super great, cosplay project. At the moment, I want to be proven wrong. I'm not like saying like, oh, this is going to fail. This sucks. I hate everybody. I love the lead actor. I want him to succeed in this. He literally put his body on the line for this project. I don't want to see that go for nothing. It just, I worry, because this is a beloved anime. I mean, people know this material. People love this material. They got to do it right.
I think they will. I think
they know that.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think they'll get it right. God, this is one that I really want to watch with you guys, to be honest, so that we can record the reactions to it, because I think there's going to be a lot of conversation about it, is my point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of, I don't know if we can figure a way to schedule that somehow, but that's something I would very much
The cool thing is we are getting new music from the original.
Wait,
Like that remix Tank when it came. Well, I don't know if it's a remix really, but like the remastering, I guess, of Tank that played there was like, I was just like bouncing along with it there.
I just threw a new one in there for Hitmonkey. We need to do Hitmonkey's official trailer.
Also, do we have a
Monkey.
casting for Ed for this one, or is Ed not going to be in
We've
this?
not seen an Ed. I
I think there will be an Ed, but I think they're not going to reveal it up front. Are you on the Hulu, Netflix, or Hulu Hitmonkey one, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
I see what you did there.
It's too late now, dude. Okay, going in this, I wasn't familiar with Hitmonkey. I am on board now.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is close to.
So he doesn't have the ghost in the comics, but I think the ghost makes it better personally.
Is he a proper Marvel character, or is this just kind of like a weird side thing?
Yeah, no, he's a proper Marvel character.
He's
Okay.
been in a total of like 13 comics or something like that. But yeah,
He's actually a
proper
more
character.
recent character.
Yeah,
And he is a Deadpool spawned character.
I figured that.
Yeah. But I think it's amazing.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around what's going on. This is a goddamn nightmare. You gotta find the assholes who did this.
But yeah, I'm definitely on board with that.
To them.
You've got George Takei,
You look like a badass. I never thought a 6-inch inseam would turn me on.
Jason Sudeikis.
I do kind of like the, using Hulu for these weird side Marvel projects. As I did really enjoy MODOK.
Because I'm pretty sure you'll never see this in any MCU capacity. So.
No.
No.
I mean, we've yet to see Deadpool in the MCU capacity.
Yeah.
Well, we did see that one where he was having a conversation with Korg.
Your code? You're only going to kill killers.
That was on his personal channel.
What do you want me to tell you, dude? It was Korg. Korg is an MCU.
He's here to protect us all.
Time to get bloody. 2 dudes, 2 fates. I don't know about you, but I'd watch the shit out of that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the conversation we're having. Just the back and forth is incredible.
I don't know why they blur out the middle finger. Why? Why do they blur out the middle finger when they have swearing in the trailer?
I think because it makes it funnier.
Yeah, I agree. It does.
It does. Yeah.
All right. What was the other one you wanted to see for sure?
No, I lost the list. We should do the Morbius one because that's pretty new, and we should probably do the Lightyear one.
So we were having an offline discussion before the podcast went on about how I don't like Sony movie trailers. There's something missing in either the storytelling or something about it. Like they never connect with me. And which one am I going to do? The Sony Pictures official trailer is what I am going to do. But I will say that this Morbius one is actually, I'm interested. It got me interested in it.
It somehow avoided the Sony trailers curse of sucking. It doesn't. It doesn't suck.
And managed to mess it up at the end.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't as bad as I was afraid it was going to be when you said what you said. But it's not that bad. It's not as bad as the ending of both Venom trailers.
No. Oh God.
So. I mean, that's my bar here, right? That's
it's true.
Are you queued up, Dave?
Yeah.
And you guys are in the party?
I am, but I'm at a Google Fi commercial at the moment, so I don't know if you're still seeing that or not.
I don't have any. I pay for premium, so I don't have any.
Not all of us are made of money, so I don't know if I'll.
I'm on YouTube a lot.
I pay for premium.
I do pay for premium because I don't want to watch 7 commercials. All right, are you in, Mitchell?
I went into it, but then it made me make a party, so I don't know.
No,
I'll try this again.
Yeah, just click the link and then click the.
He's stuck in the new feature of us poor people
there we go.
having to watch a half hour.
There we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. You're poor. So this is another one where Lexi immediately gave me a thumbs up.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm totally watching a Google Fi commercial right now, so I'll catch up.
Okay.
Now, I like Jared Leto a lot.
I should have died years ago.
Like, I know he gets a bad rap for a lot of things, but I tend to enjoy him in movies.
I tend to enjoy him too.
Yeah.
I really don't like this version of the People Are Strange song.
Take the risks.
Really don't like it.
If you're gonna run, do it now.
So his
I really
cure.
want to know what weird pseudoscience is going on there.
Yeah,
but...
his cure was slicing his hand open and letting bats devour him.
Then you were found on a container ship that
Can we?
washed off Long Island.
We have to gloss over that stuff, guys.
It's like leeching, I guess.
Yeah, it reverse leeching, right? Because the bat powers are all now in him.
Look, it's not like the grandfather of comics didn't turn around and just said like, they were born that way, and everybody thought he was a genius.
Yeah.
So we gotta
From dying to
just
being more
not.
alive than ever.
It worked.
Not Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed. And some form of battle.
And I do like how they totally do a great job or a better job at doing the Daredevil.
Yeah, the echolocation, which bat radar.
Yep.
It's sonar. Come on.
Yeah,
come
I
on.
know. That's what I was
Little bit
saying.
of
I'm like,
research,
why
right?
wouldn't you say sonar? Why wouldn't you say sonar?
There's something
Yeah.
inside of me.
I do like the monster shots where it
Yeah.
goes between him and the monster. That looks good.
It is a little. It's a little annoying for me that he like has human and monster mode because I mean.
Yeah, but they can work up to that, you know.
Yeah. And what's up with the dude with the robotic arm? Is he supposed to be a male version of Moon Knight? Or not Moon Knight, of, I totally spaced on her name now. Misty Knight.
No, I don't think so.
No, because she was in something already.
Well, she was, but that was the Netflix series, which are effectively gone, so...
Ish?
Are
maybe,
they?
Sort of.
Yeah.
No.
Because, I mean, Daredevil was not.
Maybe-ish.
Well, I think it's pretty confirmed at this point, isn't it?
Well, not officially, but...
Who the hell are you, man?
I'm Venom.
That's another movie they do.
Yeah. They make reference to that twice, actually.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the things. There's like an Oscorp building in one of the city shots.
No,
yeah, which is a little confusing. But yeah.
Because Venom makes jokes too. He makes jokes like Venom.
Stop it! I'm trying to like this movie, Dave.
Sorry.
I think the one thing I think we can maybe hope is that's the only one.
Yeah. Okay, we need to do the Black Adam trailer. It's short, anyways. Well, if I can find.
And I haven't looked at any of the casting on that, so I am intrigued on who the heck Matt Smith is playing. Because he walked in.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
saw that.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
the heck is going on here?
I'm gonna do the One Media one because I can't find the original one.
Oh, and you know how Eternals came into being while he's doing that, right? So Kirby went to DC to write New Gods, and they canceled New Gods, so he went back to Marvel to write the more newer Gods, which got renamed to the Eternals. And then that got canceled.
It
Listen,
is
man,
hilarious.
I love Kirby stuff, but he was getting a little far out there.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, he was trying to push the envelope of the genre at the time, right? And people just weren't ready for where he was yet, right? I mean,
Well, it's because they weren't doing all the drugs he was doing.
you know,
which is fine.
I'm laughing because it's true.
I gotta restart. Tried to wait to the end of the commercial that time, and then it put me in my own party like it did Mitchell last.
Oh God.
Okay, hey, you're in there now. Yeah.
I'm in.
And Mitchell's in. Good deal. All right, you ready, Dave?
Yeah, sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Shazam.
Nice. That's because that's the guy.
Yeah.
From the thing.
Okay.
The wizard.
The guy from the thing with the stuff. Harry?
The wizard.
Like, from the lore, I don't get this, but okay.
I know almost nothing about Black Adam, other than he's anti-Shazam.
I don't think they care about lore.
I'm sure they
don't.
I'm sure they don't.
They just got The Rock and they want him to look cool.
And you know, the intro that The Rock did to this trailer, which we didn't watch here, but I mean, he's a great hype man.
Oh,
right?
yeah, he
I
is.
mean,
Oh,
he hypes his own stuff awesome.
I will say I really like this effects work right here.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I did. And I mean, I enjoyed Shazam, right? I mean, Shazam was a solid
It was
movie,
really fun. Yeah.
I agree. And this is so far the antithesis of Shazam. as a tonal movie or as a tonal
Right.
character,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really excited about it. Because it looks like they are not going with middle of the line good guy Black Adam. They're going to do Black Adam who just woke up after 1,000 years sleep. Where's my wife? Why has Kondak fallen so far? I'm going to make it the capital of the world again.
Oh, I don't know anything about the lore.
No, I'm the one. I didn't say.
Oh,
Matt,
you do know the lore.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do know the lore. Matt doesn't know the lore.
Book of Fett or Masters of the Universe Part 2?
Oh, Masters of the Universe Part 2. 1,000%.
Actually, I haven't watched that one yet. So, and then you wanted to do Wheel of Time, right?
I
So
do.
We'll close
I
up
do.
with that one, maybe.
Yeah, we'll close up.
Or if we have time for Lightyear, and then that if we can.
Oh, Lightyear.
squeeze out.
Yeah, I want to try and squeeze Lightyear in if we can. So this is the Netflix Masters of the Universe Revelation trailer, and then I will.
So the Kevin Smith one, not
yes,
the,
this is the Kevin Smith
not
one.
the kid cartoon one.
Kevin Smith one, part 2 of the first season.
Right.
Which everyone had a blue gasket about. Oh, it's a He-Man thing. He-Man's barely in it. You got to set up storylines for payoffs, my friends. Rule number 1 of telling a story, and let me tell you,
And it
Not
is
only
called
that-
Masters of the Universe for a
That
reason.
that was my favorite part, where everybody's like, "You can't have a He-Man show. The show is called He-Man." No, it's not.
it's called Masters of the Universe.
And it
All right.
always was.
Yep. All right, everybody in? Yeah.
Everybody's in.
All right,
See-
3, 2, 1, go.
We want to believe in an ordered universe. Some grand architecture holding it all together.
It's amazing he can still do stuff like that to his voice.
Yep.
All these years, I finally know the real secret of Grayskull. There is only power. And now, I have the power.
Love it.
This is a new era. As the new sorceress, the bumbling idiocies of the past will no longer be tolerated.
The only way we can stop this sorceress is with another sorceress.
If we want to live, we're going to have to fight.
If I can tap into the power, I can stop her.
Soon, all of Eternia will remember this historic moment when Skeletor finally kills He-Man. What are we laughing at?
See, the sword is just the conduit. But the spark, that was always me.
No.
Yes.
By the power of Grayskull!
Chonky Man.
The power is mine alone. Why did it answer his call?
Citizens of Eternia, we're in dire need of your help.
There is nothing to live for, merely chaos. And to chaos, will we all return?
Thank you for being my daughter. Now you need to be something greater.
Look at the sky. All hope is gone. Everything will end.
Find safe positions.
There are no safe positions.
Oh, there's one. Behind me.
Listen,
Oh, you guys are in trouble now.
listen. I don't swear on this show, but that is fucking great.
That looks amazing.
I don't know. I think there's a little too much.
Shut up, Dave.
Dave, shut your dirty mouth.
I mean, the show's called Masters of the Universe. That was just the He-Man show.
Hey, Ram Man was in there this time.
Hey, don't forget about Fisto.
I was I was just impressed that they're actually. I mean, I was impressed with the first half that they actually finally paid off on the whole Tila subplot, right? I mean that whole thing is actually finally getting its fruition. You know what her legacy is and where she actually comes from. So I'm actually more excited about that than a lot of the other stuff. But that was pretty badass. You could just see, every time you saw Kevin Smith talk about this, you could just see his love for this. And I think he would have rather buried it than put it out if it wasn't up to what he wanted out of this. And I think he got it. I think he really did. And he is a good writer. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who don't care for him, but he is a good writer.
Why is
when
it
he's
doing
on,
this?
he's on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Oh
It just
man,
did the
I still go back to his Daredevil run that he did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that was so good.
Okay, there we go. For some reason, it just kept copying and pasting the old link. There we go. So Lightyear, we'll do real quick.
Yep. Ready to go?
All right. You got it, Dave?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Vital. Go. Go, bud. Cabin pressurization is underway.
I'm so on board with this already. It's not even funny.
It's
the movie based on the toy, based on the show, based on the movie, based on the. I lost track.
There's so many I don't cares to give. Because I just don't. I don't care. I want it.
But it's serious, right? That's the part that kills me about it. And I love it. I'm here for it.
Like, I mean, I guess it is. Are they throwing us off with this? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, Toy Story hits some heavy themes, even though it's having fun, right? So
yeah.
I'm guessing there will be some fun in this too, but yeah, this is definitely a more serious thing.
But it looks great. Like, I there's a lot of people that are like crapping on the look of it, and it's just like I don't get it. I think it looks great.
It looks amazing.
It looks exactly like what the live-action movie that a toy would be based on looks like, from that period, right? I mean,
yeah,
I don't get. Man, people just can't like anything, I think is what it boils down to, because I think it looks phenomenal, and it gets me in the feels. I don't know. Do we need to?
People are offended that Buzz Lightyear has hair. I don't get it.
Do we need to?
No.
We don't need to do the Batman trailer?
No, I thought we already talked about that.
All right. Wheel time then. It's the last one. Okay, so it's that one. No, not yet. I am really trying not to get hyped about this because, how do I put it?
We're very deeply invested in the book series.
But even I understand that the book series is not for everyone, right? So the fact that they have visualized what they have done here and basically removed all of the problems with the book of too much exposition and 1,000 words for every picture, because they have pictures and they move and they can speed things up. I like the people that they've cast. I like the look of it. I like everything about it. I'm worried that I like everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's never led to disappointment.
Never led to disappointment. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Swear your oath, Moraine Sedai.
I swear to speak no word that is not true, to make no weapon with which one person may kill another, and never to use the one power as a weapon.
The detail is...
Do you know what Aes Sedai means in the old tongue? Servants of all. It is they who serve the world.
I didn't choose this path, but I will follow it.
Where next?
The two rivers. The old blood runs deep in those mountains. Let's hope it's prepared them for what's coming. The Dark One is waking. But there will be one who can stand against him. And it's one of the five of you.
You've fully lost your mind.
Your life isn't going to be what you thought.
We're in.
What are those? His army is coming.
What can we do?
We protect the people we love. No matter the cost.
Our enemies are everywhere. They will leave no one standing.
We've lost too many people already. I can't lose you.
You won't. If we do not stop the Dark One now, the whole world will burn. I can't allow it. The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
Like, I'm about to lose my friggin' mind.
Think we'll ever go back?
It's so perfect. Which is why I'm so worried.
No, I get that. I have no knowledge of anything going into it, so I'm going to completely defer to you about that kind of stuff. It looks fun.
It's what I like about this trailer as a trailer is that it actually shows there's magic, there's evil creatures, there's people fighting them. The first trailer that they put out had none of that. It was focused on the wrong things, to show casual people what it was about. And so this one, what's crazy to me, and this is part of Jordan's storytelling, is that he ingrains everything into the reader who takes the time to read all that exposition, to the point that, by the end of the book series, there were I'm not joking, there were probably 30 main characters and 110 or 120 secondary characters. And I can tell you who they all are and what their character traits are and their differences between them, which is not a normal thing for a book series that goes 15 books. So the detail that's in this for readers is mind-blowing, how much detail from the books are actually in every single one of these shots, which makes me only even more worried because it's too good. So I don't know what to do with myself, but when is this coming out? Please don't tell me.
It said November 19th.
Oh my God, everything is coming out in November. Stop it.
It's a lot.
Right?
Well, we got Ghostbusters, we got Spider-Man coming shortly after that. We got
December, Christmas.
Oh, please, I'll take any break we can. There's so much coming out in November. And then January and February are the same way. It's there's too much. It's crazy. Anyways.
Well, at least you have your time compression tool, so you'll be able to catch it all.
That's not a thing. It's not real. I don't have it.
Telling us this, and I keep not believing you.
Yeah, I know. But in the meantime,
hyperbolic time chamber, if you will.
Let's take a moment to thank all the people who make the podcast and all of our shows possible. Thank you to the patrons. You can support the show by, if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button, or if you can, hit the subscribe button to become one of our rock stars. Help us get to our goal of 10 subscriptions in the month of November. On YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content, which is almost every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. And last but not least, no matter where you're watching from, hit that Patreon, patreon.com/Gamersledge, and you can get your name on every single show that we do for as little as $1 a month. You can see all of our uncut reaction videos once we actually film ones that take. They'll be up there as well. And so thank you to all the folks scrolling across the screen right now, our Patreon and Twitch producers. That's going to bring us to final thoughts. Mitchell, final thoughts.
Couple hours ago, just before the podcast started, Yoshi P announced that Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker will be delayed by 2 weeks due to it not being as polished as they want it to be before it comes out. So Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker will be delayed 2 weeks.
Well, I'm sure everyone will have the chance to actually make it through the millions of hours of story content so that they can be ready for it.
I'm still haven't made it to Heaven's Word.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I like burnt myself out and then I'm like, I don't have time for this. I bought the expansion and I'm not going to play it. I don't have time for that. It's too much for me. It's so sad.
That's saying something. That terrifies me.
Yeah, that's how much. I'm not
Mark
joking.
Is saying that.
Like for 3.5, 4 weeks, all I did every day was like 8 hours of story missions to try and get through, and I still only made it to the end of the first expansion.
That is terrifying to me.
You didn't make it through Storm?
Hey, let's not get judgy.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No,
I just thought I had heard.
I want to clarify. I want to clarify. I cheated. I bought the thing to get me to the end of the main story, right? And then still playing all that time, I only made it to the end of Heaven's Sword. I did make it into Stormblood. I'm in like the first like 1 or 2 quests of Stormblood, but I did not by any means make it through Stormblood. No, I because there's so much story content, and it's not a bad thing if you're signing onto an MMO to play, but if you're trying to catch up on the story before it's just too much. I can't do it. I toss my hat into the ring. More power to you, Mitchell. You're amazing.
I'm actually currently caught up on Shadowbringer, so I am caught up on main story.
Right.
At this
point, so hear that, Dave. I cheated to get to the end of the main story, and then I played through Heaven's Sword and all the post-Heaven's Sword content, and I only got to the first or second quest of Stormbringers, which is another full expansion that has also post-release content, and then there was Shadowbringers to play through, which also had post-story content.
Jeez.
There's a lot of
story. I've been playing this game for a very long time.
Yeah, I should note that this has been on and off over 3-ish years.
Yeah.
Wow. At least they're giving people their money's worth. So
they are. I got, and I have no complaints about the game. It's fun. It's just there's a lot, and I have got no more time.
And the first game and the expansion, the game and the first expansion are free, and if you buy the newest expansion, you get the other 2 expansions included for no extra cost. So I mean. Right. They're giving people a great amount of content for the value. Now, it does still have a monthly fee. That is the only detractor, really, is that it is one of the ones that still managed to be able to maintain having a monthly fee. But
yeah. So, Matt, final thoughts.
I had one, and now I forgot it. Dang it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Totally just spaced my mind. I had it before we started.
I derailed your train.
Is it that Saga was starting up again?
No, I was actually going to save that for when it actually got closer to launching. But, I think it was comic related, but I don't remember what it was. Emergency thought process, go.
Dave, final thoughts. We'll come back to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just hope everybody's enjoying Animal Crossing the way they should be. Just let it. Don't rush it. Just let it happen. You know, and don't do the time traveling thing where you gotta get all the content on day one. Just chill. That's what it's there for. Just relax. Enjoy your island.
And when are you starting the Animal Crossing ASMR videos?
Next week.
Okay, perfect.
This will be our biggest hit on this.
Yeah,
channel.
I'm sure it will.
It probably would be.
Yeah, that's the way it works for me, so I believe it. Yes. Matt, final thoughts?
I'm just gonna hit some rocks today.
No. You gotta put the. It's on your cord, right? You gotta put it right in front of your mouth.
Oh yeah.
And then you gotta be like, "We're just gonna hit some rocks today."
We're just gonna hit some rocks today. Just a little tapping on the rocks.
and then tap the microphone. Trust me, man. My wife goes to sleep to ASMR videos. This is a thing I haven't talked to you guys about. She goes to sleep to them, and man, I come to bed to some of the weirdest stuff you could possibly imagine. She's got this one. She's got this one that's a 13-year-old Bulgarian girl who does hairstyling ASMR, and she pretends to be putting shampoo on your head and stuff. It's like, I am so far out of my depth here.
I just do sleep sounds with distant thunderstorm. That's my setting. That works for me.
I do. I'm tired and I go to sleep.
I'm right there with you, Matt. I'm right there with you.
It's 2:30 at night. I'm gonna go crash in my bed.
Yeah.
Look at me. I don't have a constant ringing in my ears.
I do. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, that's right, you do.
Matt, final thoughts.
I actually wasn't going to bring this up because I know you're going to ask us to do something with it, and I don't know that we will. But Mitchell and I did buy into the My Hero Academia Universes set, and it came out a month ago, about
something like that, yeah,
3 weeks ago, and we've just finally got around to playing the first couple of matches. It's Versus. I mean, yeah, they changed the name, but I mean, it's literally Versus.
Wait, did you say Versus or UFS?
Or UFS, sorry.
Okay,
Universes.
Okay,
Universes, which is UFS. Sorry, yeah, didn't mean to freak you out there. Yeah, UFS. So, still learning the cards, still learning the decks. Mitchell managed to make one around his favorite character. We haven't play tested yet. They've already got the first. Oh yeah, this is the new thing. They call their expansions DLC, deck loadable content.
Nice. I like that.
Hilarious.
I like that.
So that's already scheduled.
I want to buy something from them just for that.
So that's up for pre-order. The mass production version of the first set is up for pre-order. The ones we got are the first run limited edition sets. Ooh. So,
prepare to retire off those.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right? So yeah, but it was fun to step into that arena again. I don't know if we'll stick with it. It's one of those things. It just keeps changing and evolving, and who's got the time or the money to be able to invest into it the way one needs to.
Meanwhile, I'm Mr. Moneybags for spending $10 a month on YouTube Premium. I get it.
Hey,
as long as you admit it.
One time purchase doth not a Moneybags make. So yeah, I guess that's what we'll go with for today.
The worldwide shipping crisis sucks, and I hope they figure that stuff out soon.
Oh yeah, I saw Image announce that they're not doing second printings for the foreseeable future, which is actually kind of huge because the indie publishers have been making a pretty significant run on low run first printings and then printing up to demand on subsequent runs. So that's interesting.
Yep. We'll end the show then, as we always do, with a sage piece of advice to carry you over till the next time we meet. Mitchell.
Run. Save yourselves.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Why was the math teacher late to work?
I don't know.
She took the rhombus. Until next time, thanks for watching Game On.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.